In the wise words of the great Tate McRae, mentally in a gunfight, thank God I keep so busy. That song is such a banger. Nobody's girl. Go listen to it. Meaning everything up here, but everything out here, I'm just keeping busy. And this made me want to talk about the idea of overscheduling ourselves so much that we can't think on purpose. I don't think this is a new approach. I'm not claiming to be revolutionary, but I do think people have learned that if you schedule enough externally, you don't usually have to deal with what's going on internally. And I don't want to take a fully negative nor a fully positive stance on this because there's good and bad to it. So let's get comfy. You guys like my goose, by the way, and my shark? Oh, I love them. Basically, in high school, I used to give myself a lot of grace. So I would give myself a lot of free time. I'd make my little schedule for the year, and I'd be like, okay, I don't want to take that many APs because I just know I don't want to overwhelm myself. And I have a lot of marching band. Yes, I was a band geek. Shut up. I have a lot of marching band, so I don't want to like overschedule on top of that. And I want to have days off. I want to have free time, you know? I would give myself a lot of grace in high school. And this was good because it let me put my focus into a few things. So I was able to concentrate really hard on like just marching band and just my academics. I didn't really have a lot else going on. And it gave me the rest that I was going for. But here's the bad thing, is I didn't get to do as much as I wanted in high school. As soon as I graduated, I realized, man, I really could have done more. Because yes, I was in marching band, but I also wanted to like dance. And I also wanted to do, I think, theater. Because I had done it a little bit as a kid and I would like wanted to restart it, but I just never ended up doing it. So I kind of regret not signing up for more. And here's the thing, is I thought giving myself more time would make me more productive and therefore happier. However, was diagnosed with depression in high school, so no. Like, I had the free time I was going for, but here's my thing is I don't really like being bored. Because while free time's really restorative for some people, I don't think it's that great for me. I ended up having free time, but as I mentioned, I was also like pretty depressed in some parts of high school. And it wasn't really ever because I was overwhelmed. It was just like straight depression out of a shot glass kind of thing. So I was like, what's the point of me not doing a lot if I'm still sad, I don't feel rested, and I'm not getting to do everything that I want to do anyways? So I graduate, right? I go to college. It's a college I don't really want to go to. It was a school I added to my list just to appease my counselor because she looked at my list and she was like, girl, you need more safeties. And I was like, no, I don't, but like, let me just add a bullshit school. I did need more safeties. Did not get into a lot of places. My bad. College counselor, love you, girl. You're my rock. That's my bad. Anyways, so I was going to a school that I didn't really want to go to. And I was moving out of state to a state I didn't really want to go to. I was leaving my boyfriend here. I was leaving my friends who were scattering places. I was leaving California, and I fucking love California. So I was like, okay, I don't want to get to that school and be super depressed because I don't love it there already. So let me like jam pack my schedule so I don't have time to be sad. Genius. So in my first semester, listen to this. I took 7 classes, 17 and a half credits. I was in the honors program. I joined a sorority. I had a part-time job as a smoothie barista. And I got really into content creation on TikTok, which obviously I am still doing, and now I am on YouTube as well. Yes. So I was doing like the absolute most to keep myself busy. If you pull up my Google Calendar from my first semester freshman year, I like lose my breath a little bit. I was booked and busy forever. Oh, I was starting to go to the gym too because we had the campus gym right next to my dorm, so I was like, okay, well, I fucking have to go. And I was working at a protein shake place and I was drinking like 2 every day, so I was gaining hella weight. Anyways, I was waking up, going to the gym, then going to work, then going to class, then going to the library for the rest of the night, then eating like packet ramen for dinner and going to bed in my triple dorm. Really pleasant experience, by the way. I was keeping myself busy, basically, because I was like, if I'm so busy, I don't have to think about the fact that I don't love it here. And I didn't love it there. So it was good because I felt like I could have been more depressed than I was. I was still not doing well. My like panic attacks came back. I was crying on the phone with my parents in my sad little dorm hallway. People just walk by and I'd be like, sorry. And then I transferred. And I got to try a lot of new things, which I never regret trying new things. Like I tried the sorority for a month. It wasn't for me, but I don't regret trying it. It was pretty fun to say I was in one. I got to have a job. I didn't have any part-time jobs in high school because once again, I left my schedule pretty open. And I got to see where my limit was. Because this semester was kind of like an experiment of how far can I push myself until it's too far? Like what can I handle? Because I hadn't done that before. I kept it so relaxed in high school. I say relaxed in high school. I did 7 APs in marching band and 10 leadership positions. But that was relaxed for me, okay? Compared to this for sure. But basically, I did more in one semester than I did in 4 years. And I thought that was pretty cool. But here's my thing is what was bad about that was that I felt like I couldn't put a lot of my energy into all of these things. I put most of my energy into schoolwork, and I got that 4.0, and I got the all A's in my 7 classes, which is fucking crazy, by the way. And I did really well academically, but I didn't get to put enough time into content creation as I wanted. And I had to start calling out of work a bunch because I had to stay and study in the library for these 7 classes. 7, by the way. 7. I'm in 2 right now and I'm like overwhelmed. Like, bro. So I started cutting back on some stuff and devoting a lot of my energy to places that I needed to devote my energy to, but still some energy was being devoted to those other things, like the job and the sorority and all that. So that was kind of like the 2 contrasting ideas of one where you don't overschedule yourself and you try and give yourself some grace and see if that helps with life. And the other one where you just pack your schedule so full and see like, okay, will this help me? But it kind of did, but it doesn't. It helped me in the way that, like I said, I found my limit, but it didn't help me in the way that I was still depressed, but now I was just like depressed and overwhelmed. So here I am now. I've transferred back home to a community college, but that's besides the point. I'm really, really happy that I did what I did in that first semester because now I know my limit. Now I know what I can handle. So now that I'm home, I'm not in 7 classes. It's winter term, so I'm in 2, but once actual spring semester starts, I'm in 4, which is plenty. I have 2 internships, but they both know about each other, and I'm able to kind of cut back on work if the other one needs me more. I'm working a lot more on content creation, and I love it. I mean, look at me. I'm sitting down in my bed, spending 15 minutes making a video, and then I'm gonna have time to edit it. I never would have had that chance in that first semester when I was booked and busy. So I'm getting to devote time to things I love. I'm getting to devote time to stuff outside of school. And I have as much of a social life that you can have when you're a commuter to community college, but shut up. So while yes, I don't regret packing my schedule full in that first semester because I was able to try new things, that wouldn't have been sustainable. I wouldn't have been able to do that for the rest of my life. And I knew that too. I knew that was like a one-time thing. But I'm happy I did it because now I know I can do it. Because high school is here. That first fucking semester was here. And now I'm like here, you know, like I'm still doing a lot more than I was doing in high school, but I'm not doing the overwhelming amount that I was doing that first semester. And I love it. I think I found a great balance. I have relaxing time where I can rot in my bed and read fan fiction, but I go to the gym every morning. I devote tons of time to my academics, but I'm not locked in the library for 7 hours. I'm working on my internships super hard, but they're not my entire life. And I don't think I would have known that I could handle 2 internships, a gym, all this stuff if I didn't handle more than that first. Because once again, I couldn't really handle more than that, and that's why I'm here now. If I could handle all that stuff, the 7 classes and whatnot, then I'd still be doing that. But I knew that wasn't sustainable. That was just me seeing how much I could do, and now I've dialed it back to where it's sustainable and where it's something I can do every single day. And I love it. So here's the thing. Keeping so busy, like Miss Tate McRae says, is a good method, but not to keep yourself distracted. Because at the end of the day, bad thoughts are bad thoughts, and they're gonna overwhelm you when you lay in bed at night, no matter how busy you were that day. Trust me, I know. I told you in that first semester, I was still depressed even though I was busy. But keeping yourself super busy is a way to see your potential. And if the whole reason you're trying to keep busy is to keep yourself distracted from being sad, I think pushing yourself to your fullest potential and living at a higher potential than you are now, if anything, that's gonna help you not be so sad. That's how it worked for me. I mean, the diagnosis doesn't dissolve off the damn paper, but I have a lot more trust in myself. I have a lot more fun living with myself, knowing, okay, I'm pushing myself, but I'm not pushing myself so hard that I'm miserable. And I'm not pushing myself so much that I wonder what it would be like if I did. I think everyone should have a moment in life where they push themselves as hard as they can to see how far they can go. Then you dial back and you find that sweet spot and you know, okay, I'm living to my fullest potential right now. There's nothing more enlightening than that thought, in my humble opinion. But as I said, it's a moment in time that you push yourself. Push yourself for 1 semester. Push yourself for a few months, a few weeks even, and then dial it back. If you try and push yourself forever, you're going to burn out. And then they go back to, oh, I need 2 weeks to relax and recuperate from that. You don't, and you wouldn't need those 2 weeks if you dial it back from the absolute pushing, because that's where your potential is. Your potential lies beneath the absolute most. Does that make sense? I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I know it wasn't in my car, but it is 80 degrees out today. I actually did film this in my car earlier, but the angle was really ugly and I looked like I weighed 500 pounds and the lighting was really bad and it was 80 degrees, so I looked like a tomato because I was sweating. Also, why is it 80 degrees in January? I know I live in Los Angeles, but what the fuck? It's late January. Anyways, but I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed being in bed with me and my stuffed animals, because I know they did. If you're from TikTok and you're new here, welcome. YouTube is just me ranting like I do on TikTok, but for a lot longer and a lot more thorough and insightful and slowly. And I don't need to hook you in the first 2 seconds. It's great. I love YouTube. If you don't know that I'm on TikTok, that's where I'm popular. So go follow my TikTok. I have the same username on everything, which is the biggest flex of my life. I rant on there. I also talk more about other things. College admissions, advice, lifestyle. That's who I am, baby. But I am so much more. You'll get it if you watched my Don't Niche Down video. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Think about this advice. If you agree with it, if you disagree with it, if you love it, if you hate it, comment down below. Let me know. Even if you just put like that's real talk, girl. Put it down below. I love to hear it. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful life. You are capable of so much more than you think you are. And you are beautiful in your own unique way, my loves. Mwah!